Hey guys, Keys here, back with another ADA video. So it's been a while. Hope you guys have been doing okay. I'm back, so I'm gonna start making the videos again about ADA, Veracity, Bitcoin, maybe throw in a couple others. But I wanted to start with ADA because it's just what I've been following for a long time, and it's against Bitcoin. And I think ADA is like relatively safe, quote unquote safe in crypto. Like I don't really think ADA is gonna rug or anything. So in terms of in crypto, I think ADA is relatively safe, so I think this play is relatively safe. But of course, like when I say relative, I mean relative to crypto. So yeah, let's talk about ADA Bitcoin. So the last time we spoke about ADA Bitcoin was in April, and you can see here that we were actually sitting at it's kind of blurry, but you can see 836 sats. We were at 836. Today we're sitting at 586. So we did drop a good amount since the last time we spoke about it, which is what we were talking about when we spoke about it. So nice to see that actually come play out. But we're actually down 30% from the last video, and from the bottom that we went to so far, we dropped 33.7. So pretty big drop since the last video. It's been like 4 months though, so it's been taking a while to play out, and that's what I've been saying, is that this is a really long-term play. I mean, I don't really think it's super long-term anymore. I think we're coming to the reversal point, but it's not like a trade we're just in and out real quick. This is going to probably take over another year for it to fully play out, like all the way to the top again. So but that's what makes it really nice too. It's just something that you don't have to really worry too much about, as long as you can buy it at a good price, which I think we are at a good price. 586 is pretty low. I think we might go lower, but I don't know for sure, and we'll talk about that. But anyways, last time, the reason why I was so sure we were going to get a sell-off last time is because it was playing a really similar pattern to 2018, and you can see here it was like almost the exact same level, right? Like 800, this is like 850 sats, and we were also 850 sats here, so these two levels are really similar. We got a bounce, went sideways for a bit, got the second leg up, and then we got like the push down, which actually took us all the way to the bottom of the box last time. Whereas this time, this started in 2023, so this was October. We got the bounce, sideways for a bit, the second move up, and then now we're getting the push down, except it's way slower. Like this is taking way longer than last time. And last time we actually came all the way to the bottom of the box pretty quickly. Now we're kind of hovering around where we are right now, which we didn't really do last time, right? Like last time it was just a quick support, quick bounce here, a little bit of a bounce here, rejection and stuff. But this time we're kind of like bouncing around here so far a little bit. Of course, I don't know, like maybe we're gonna go like this, and then at that point it won't really look like we're bouncing around here. But right now it kind of looks like we will, or we are. And things aren't going to play out the exact same way as before. It might be similar, but there's no way it's going to be the exact same. So I think that at some point it's going to be different. It's going to be its own thing. And maybe that's what it's doing now. Maybe this is the difference. Instead of coming all the way back down here, we're going to actually just come here into this area and do, something like this, and then go up. And well, I mean, I still want it to go lower down because, just bigger gains if we get it at a lower price. I can't overlook the fact that I still think ADA is an oscillator like this, right? But if you want to be completely technical, this was the first low, right? And then this area did not come all the way back down here, right? This was a higher low. And maybe this is going to be a higher low than this. Maybe. I don't know for sure, because I still think there is a good chance that we do come back to the bottom. Mainly because I still think Bitcoin might get sold off still. Interest rates are coming down. I'm going to talk about that more in my Bitcoin video, but I actually still think we're going to get another leg down in Bitcoin. It could just be like it could be a double bottom at like 49K, 50K. And even, if we do come back down there, I'm pretty sure altcoins would bleed even harder, which could actually send it down here. But I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen. And it's the same with the peaks, right? Like even the peak here, this was a peak, this was a lower peak. So technically, if this pattern were to continue, you know, we would probably find another peak, you know, maybe around 5,000 satoshis, maybe within like between 4,000 and 5,000 satoshis, which is still really good. Like, it's still a really good gain. That's why like getting it at this box is so important, or like not important, but it'd be really nice if we did get it down there, because even if we did put in a lower high, you could still 10x it from this level, right? Like, this is still a 10x. You know, even if you bought it today at 800 or 580, or what is this? Yeah, 588, and you sold it at 5,000 satoshis. That's an 8.5x on Bitcoin, right? So it's really, really massive, and this is why we're following it, because I think that this could just be such a really good play to get to one whole Bitcoin if that's your goal, or just to increase your whatever you have in terms of its Bitcoin value, which is the way that I view my portfolio nowadays. You know, when I first started, I viewed it in dollars, but now I definitely view it in terms of Bitcoin, Satoshis. So yeah, I think that that's something to really be aware of, is that there is a chance that we're carving the bottom out right here. And if that is the case, you know, you don't have to like frantically buy right now, because, you know, this is the bottom. If we are going to carve a bottom, look how long it took us last time. This is weeks, right? This is like months right here. So, you know, even if we did something like, if we start doing something like this, I will think that this is the bottom. It's really too early to tell, because we could still get the push down. And like I said, I think that Bitcoin's going to sell off at some point. At least like, okay, I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin in this video, but if that does happen, I think there's a good chance that ADA comes down here. So I still haven't bought any. I haven't converted any of my Bitcoin into ADA yet. I just want to see how things play out. I still think there's a little bit more time, but I do think we're getting really, really close. I think it's almost over finally, right? Like, I mean, this was in August of 2021 when it peaked, and now we're in the end of August of 2024. So it's actually been 3 years exactly. And, you know, the markets will reverse at some point. I mean, the Bitcoin markets, the markets have kind of reversed in a sense, but in terms of like the Bitcoin pairs, I think most of them have been getting completely wrecked. You know, maybe except for Solana, but yeah, I think that this is just something that we have to wait it out even more. I know it sucks just waiting. It's been 4 months since the last video. I don't think it's going to be 4 months again. I honestly don't. I really think that the markets will start pumping again soon, like we're truly pumping. But we really need to get over this interest rate. You know, we need to start lowering interest rates, which, by the way, is actually coming. So 100%, it's saying 100%. I don't know for sure if it's going to actually end up being 100%, because I'm telling you, these things change a lot, especially the closer you get. But currently it's saying the next meeting is September 18th. 100% we're going down. Saying 70% it's a 25-point interest rate cut. 30% that it's a 50-point interest rate cut. These are both cuts. Right now it's saying 0% chance we're staying where we are. So, and if you actually want to take a look at interest rates over this, which I think is really interesting, interest rates, right? So you can kind of see that what happened last time is actually still playing out. You can see how the beginning, like while we were at the top of interest rates, we kind of pumped up for a bit, for like a little bit, for like the first half, which is kind of what we did here, right? Like, it's not going to play out the exact same, but you can see this area here, or no, not exactly that area. How should I draw this? So between these two lines, you can see this is where we peaked, right? And it's during the pause, the interest rate pause. We had like a pump up, and then after we peaked in the pause, for the rest of the pause and during the first like half of interest rate cuts, we just sold off. So that would be the same as this, right? Like during the rest of the pause, we get a sell off, and then not only during the pause, but then during the cuts, I mean, how long did this last? This was from June 19th to October, so June, July, August. It's like 4 months, right? So 4 months actually puts us right at the end of the year too, which is also really interesting going into 2025. I don't know if it's going to play out exactly like that, because the difference, in my opinion, this time than 2019 is that we're this is an election year in the United States, and I just don't know if they're really going to let the economy and the markets be tanking during an election year, or like while we're electing, because we're going to be the elections in November. So I think that is a really big difference between the two. So I think that that could be something that makes it not play out the exact same. But regardless, I think that the beginning of interest rates, at least in September, October, we could see a sell-off. And so far it's been playing it out, so it hasn't really deviated from what happened in this period. So far there's really no reason to change. But the thing is, there's no way it's going to play out the exact same. I mean, if it does end up playing the exact same, that'd be kind of funny, but there's no way it's really going to play out the exact same. Like I said, it could even be like this period was 4 months, but then this time it's only 2 month period, right? Like something like that. It could be different. Regardless, though, I think that the beginning of interest rate cuts, we will see a push down. I don't know if that means like we just come back down here. Like, I don't know if it takes us all the way to the bottom. That's what I'm trying to say. I think there's a chance it just takes us to like 500, and then we'll have to see. We really will have to see. It's been kind of boring because it just hasn't really, like, it's just taking so long. Like, I mean, we first came down to where we are right now June 17th, and it's August 30th right now. So it took like a month and a half, and we're still just at the same level we were. So it's really taking a while, and even on the move up, it's not just going to happen instantly. I mean, it will, like, maybe we'll get this massive move like this up. I think we will, but I don't think we're at the time where that's possible right now, because it's just, the economy is just so bad right now, like, I don't really think people have money to just throw into ADA right now, to make it just absolutely pump harder than Bitcoin. So I don't really see any reason why I would really pump that hard right now. So yeah, guys, anyways, just the last thing I want to say is the levels. So I did already kind of talk about it, but I think, obviously, of course, if we're anywhere but underneath 500, anywhere between 500 and 400 is a buy. Like, in my opinion, just convert some ADA into some Bitcoin into ADA if you ever see it at that level. I think even doing it right now is really not too bad, because you could kind of hedge, right? Like, you could buy a little bit now if you wanted to, and then see if we make it down. And if we don't, then, like, buying it here is such a good level still. Like, even just going back up to 5,000 is still an 8.5x on Bitcoin. So really massive move, even at the level we're currently at. I think the best level, like the trade that I'm really going for, that I think is like really doable, is like the 500, getting it at around 500, and then selling it at around 5,000, which is like around a 10x. So we'll just have to see, because we're not exactly down there yet, and I don't really know if we're going to get down there because of the higher lows, right? So we'll have to see. But yeah, guys, that's ADA versus Bitcoin. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.